What's up, guys? Taste and Artosis are back together again to cast a TVZ Violet against Ganzi.
How did you like my handsomer doppelganger Grubby?
He's good.
He is good.
He is good.
Oh.
Well,
now you're back with me. Too bad. You had your fun.
All
now
right.
I'm bringing you home.
I had the Archon affair, and now I'm being pulled back in. We actually have the game loaded up for you guys. So
this decides who's second.
This is a very important match. These guys need to win this. I mean, in other words, they're basically already going to be fine, but, you know, this is the difference between, you know, a series of very, very, very difficult games they wouldn't want to go through. All right, zooming in and out, zooming back out, we have our red Terran, Ganzi. And in the bottom left starting location, cross spots, we have our Zerg player, Violet.
Tasteless, it is Entombed Valley.
Yes.
Shall we see a 2-Rax? Or shall we see something else?
I have a feeling we probably will not have a 2-Rax.
Really?
I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm
like just not wanting to see Reactor Hellion, so I'm like, this better be a 2-Rax, guys. If Ganji doesn't 2-Rax, he's crazy.
Actually, if we can take a look at the location where the 2-Raxing normally occurs, we can explain why that actually matters. Actually, I mean the bunkering occurs. Yeah, see this little area, this little nook here. You can actually put a Marine back there and block it off with a bunker. And from there, you can then put a bunker onto the high ground and eventually get close enough to the hatchery that you can gun it down. So we have seen a lot of 2 barracks play. And guess what?
See? He's not crazy at all. He wants to win this. And in fact, the way he's making it at the top of the ramp, normally you make it down in the natural as a wall. And just the fact that he's making it there is going to make his opponent think, oh, I guess you're actually not going for 2-Rax. But in fact, he is. So Violet could be in some trouble here.
Now, ideally, he'd want to let him in to the base.
Yeah. Because
that way he can take a look and he's going to say, oh, no gases, and I only saw 1 barracks. He must be going for a quick command center.
And that is exactly what he's going to think. The Marine's going to want to try to chase down the drone, but the drone gets out of there quite quickly. Will he scout down? No, I don't think he will.
Does not look like Violet's going to do any such thing.
Now, Violet is going to feel really, really safe. His pool, a little over halfway done right now. No gas yet, but Marines, they are on the way, Tasteless.
Now he's got to be careful because you don't want to reveal too soon that you're doing this rush. So you basically want to wait until the last possible second to have as many Marines and SCVs and all that as possible. So as far as we can tell, Violet has no idea what's headed his way.
Well, we're going to have to see if he can actually do a lot of damage. We do have 6 Lings on the way and 2 Queens. No Spinecrawler yet. I'd love to see him throw a Spinecrawler down right this second. But he doesn't know yet. He thinks this might just be like a 1-Rax pressure.
Yeah, because 1 barracks players do this pretty often. So,
well, he is taking it seriously, though, sending a lot of drones and Zerglings, but a lot of SCVs coming down for Ganji.
All right, I think by now he's probably figured out what's going on. He might bring the Marines around. It's pretty intense over there. The Marines now being microed back. A lot of drones and Zerglings being shot down, but it looks like the Zerglings going to have to turn around right now.
Superb micro on both sides. Both players have lost 7 of their workers. But don't forget, Terran does have mules, so this is going to hurt Zerg a little bit more.
The Queen's going to make it difficult to get over to that location.
And I love this micro right now, using that bunker to actually have high ground vision. Good micro, good stutter step here from Ganji.
Beautiful stutter step here.
Look at
oh my God.
That's a lot of
He didn't even lose the Marines.
Yeah, and they're deep red right now, Tasteless. So, I mean, all these Marines are just so close to death. And, in fact, the Queen targeting some down.
Very nice micro by Ganzi. Closing in here on the Queen. Now going for the second Queen. Sending 2 more SCVs here as well.
Great micro. Those SCVs going to help buffer a lot of damage as well. And, in fact, gets that Spinecrawler. And Ganji, actually this has gotten out of control. 0 minerals left. Every drone comes down. And Ganji's actually just going to win. GG.
GG.
Taking game 1 off of Violet. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. All right.
I really did not expect that to end that way. I thought he was going to do a lot of damage, and then we were going to go into a macro game. And you could see Violet,
he's shaking.
Pretty shooken up by that.
He's actually shaking. That's how shaken he is. Sheth, QXC, your thoughts?
I really expected him to be able to defend that a little bit better. I mean, it didn't seem, the way Ganzi played it, he didn't reveal it right away, but I thought Violet would have just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have helped him a bit. I think the main thing that I saw was when he engaged with all of his drones and he pulled them all, he would have been fine until he saw the SUV train. Then you have to realize, like, okay, I have to go back. I've killed the SUV on the bunker. I just have to hopefully have a spine building, or even just on my way back, I'll have more Lings meeting up, and then we can go and do that surround. But he just went for it there, and it was close, but in the end, it was like 3 Marines left over.
It seemed like there was this tipping point where
The Marines almost got
at least one Marine should die, probably 2 or 3 in that fight, and then none of them died. He actually microed just perfectly. And I think from there, it's just, even though the Marines could be killed up later on, it's a situation where there's still just a little bit too much damage being dealt.
Well, we saw that he actually looks shaken. Do you think that this is actually going to impede him? I mean, this is an important match. If he gets 2nd seed, he's top 4. He gets seeding into 2 events in a row. Is this going to, like, is he going to fall apart here, Sheth?
If Ganzi gets to do another 2Rex or even like a 2Rex proxy, I can definitely see it working. Because when you're shaking and when you're shook up, like, it's just so hard to make that right decision on the spot. So, like, those quick decision, like I'm sure you know a bunch of rushes that maybe you prepare that are like just to get someone when they're off guard.
I mean, yeah, I don't think Violet is going to let that affect his play too much. I expect him to bounce back from that without too much trouble. It's just one of those games where you miscontrol a little bit, and like you said, like there were 2 or 3 Marines that had very low hit points, but early on in that game, Marines scale so well. 1, 2, 3 Marines, not effective against Zerglings, really. Once you get 5 or 6, though, you could see he was able to kill almost 10 or 12 Zerglings without actually taking any real damage there, and that was really the clincher.
All right, well, we will see if it affects his play because they are ready, and I'm going to start this game. Thanks, guys. We'll be back to you after this one. Ganzi against Violet. If Ganzi wins this game, Violet is going to be very sad.
Can I just say I've been so impressed with the build order picking of Ganzi in this MLG. I mean, he has come here very clearly with a plan for every map, and it's been working for him. All right, so introducing our players now. In a second,